So this is from Matt Dumont, who has been with the show for a long time before he ever became a demon team member, a demon tutor, a demon teacher. He listened to the show. He sent in his personal statement, which we read on the show. He's also the reason that personal statement is also the reason we hired Matt. And Matt has since gone on to law school, and this is what he recommends. Check out the book Getting a Running Start, Your Comprehensive Guide to the First Year Curriculum. He writes, it's a primer that would have been super useful to read in July, August for the upcoming classes. I'm reading it now for my spring classes, and I'm really appreciative of the broad strokes and nuance it provides of the different doctrinal courses for 1L. Yeah. So anyways, that's the book. He's saying get it before you go to law school. It's called Getting a Running Start, Your Comprehensive Guide to the First Year Curriculum.
He also got 4 A's and 2 A minuses in his first semester 1L classes. He sent us the grades yesterday. He was all pumped about it. He thinks he's in like the top 10 of his entire 300 person class or whatever it is at University of Maryland Law. So Matt killed it without the book, but Matt's telling you, you should read the book. If you're an incoming 1L, you should probably read the book.
Dude, don't let this book become an excuse not to bump up your LSAT score. I could see some people excitedly getting ready for school.
Oh,
getting the edge. Yeah, it's not an edge if you're at like a school that you don't need to be at or paying more than you should be.
No, you can read all these books once you're already done with the LSAT and admitted with a scholarship to whatever school you want to go to. I mean, Matt went to the University of Maryland for free. By the way, going to University of Maryland for free is one of the best ways you can ensure that you're going to get good grades at the University of Maryland.
Yep.
Just because it means that you're probably like overqualified, not overqualified, but you're among the most qualified people in your class. That's why they gave you the scholarship. And when you're among the most qualified people in the class, then you have a much better I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have to bust your absolute ass, you know, in order to get those grades and probably get a little bit lucky. But I'm sure that the scholarship kids have on average much better grades than the people who didn't get a scholarship. So
yeah. Well, and to double down on that, I mean, we constantly preach don't pay for law school, but look how Matt has set himself up. Yeah. He's not paying for law school, so he's going to leave with very little or no debt. I mean, you still have living expenses, and he's going to be in the top of his class, most likely.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to get better job opportunities, not have that much debt, stress-free. I mean, he's just doing everything that's going to set himself up to clean the competition.
Yeah. Now, he could have gone to a marginally better school, marginally higher ranked. It wouldn't even have been, it's not like he had the opportunity to go to Yale and he turned Yale down, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could have gone to some slightly better school, paid full price, and not been positioned to compete as well as he was in his classes.
Which probably means, end up in the middle of his class.
Which means he wouldn't have gotten the best opportunities that school had to offer anyway. You know, if he would have gone to Georgetown or whatever, sure, it's a better school. Sure, they have better opportunities, but the best opportunities at Georgetown go to the people who finish in the top of the class. And I'm not saying Matt wouldn't have been able to finish in the top of the class at Georgetown, but he's a much better bet to finish in the top of the class at Maryland.
Yeah.
And it's just harder. It's just the competition's just way harder. And so, and you'd be taking on an immense financial risk. You know, it'd be like he'd be signed up to graduate with $300,000 of debt and have a harder time with the academic competition. Instead, he's going to graduate with like no debt and kick ass while he's there. And they're going to give him he's going to have all kinds of opportunities as a star at that school. It's just a much better way to go. Anyway.
Thank you, Matt.
Don't pay for law school. Then once you're already signed up on your full ride, get this book, Getting a Running Start, your comprehensive guide to the first year curriculum, and read it before you start law school. I also would suggest, those people who tell us they want to go to law school because they want to like be a better citizen or learn about the law. Those people that we're always pretty much like, oh, you shouldn't go to law school.
Yeah.
They could still get this book and read it.
Yeah.
It's a comprehensive guide to the first year curriculum. Dude, I bet
$25. How much is it?
I bet you learn everything that really matters in that book.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that matters to anybody other than a lawyer who's going to practice in that area. When people tell me, I'm not sure I want to practice law, but I want to go to law school so I can learn about the law. Okay. Yeah. Read Wikipedia or read that book. Please, dear God, don't start paying $50,000 a year of tuition so that you can learn about the law.
This book is $50.
50? Dang.
As opposed to 50,000. So even though it's a high-priced book, right?
I'm like, but you could probably get a used version of it on eBay for $5, or you could probably get it from the library for $0. Yeah. Anyway, even if you have to pay full price, that's still a much better bet than.
And if you hate it,
then don't go to law school. Yeah,
that was the best $50 you ever spent.
Yeah, no shit. 3 years of your life is worth a lot more than even the $50,000 anyway. So, don't waste time in law school like I did. I completely wasted time in law school. I had no interest in law school. It wasted time and money in law school. And if I would have probably read more shit like this, I would have been like, ooh, I don't like this stuff. I don't want, shouldn't go. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.